Hey students, all right, so we're going to do our experiment for 14, so it's 14.1. It's on page 553 of your workbook. So if you'll turn to that, we will fill it out together. So here are your supplies for the experiment. Okay, so we're putting our beaker here to heat up, and we've got to make sure it's warming up because we need it to boil. And now we take 3 of our test tubes and fill them about halfway with toilet bowl cleaner. We fill the other one 1/8 of the way with toilet bowl cleaner, and we're going to fill the rest with water. There's my water, and I'm going to stir it. So here are my 4. You can tell one is lighter than the other. It's the one that is diluted. They're all ready to get the antacids. Here's the antacid. We're going to chop up into 4. So there are our 4 pieces. And we're going to walk over here and check on our water. Our water is boiling and ready to go. Going along, we're at step 9. We've taken one of the quarters and pulverized it and put it in the spoon. That's antacid there, nothing else. And now we're about to start the experiment. Now that the water is boiling, we're supposed to turn it off and take it off the heat so it will not continue to boil. So let me scoot that off the heat. And I'm supposed to take number 3, so number 3, and stick it into the hot water. So there we go. Okay, I'm supposed to put pieces of the antacid in 1, 3, and 4. So this is 2, and I don't do that, so I put 1 in that one and 1 in that one, and now I put 1 in the hot water. All right, and I'm supposed to pour the other one, the powdered one, into number 2. So we got that in there. All right, so the antacid should be bubbling. We see that, so I think we'll stir it. Oh, hey, that made some excitement right there. Woo! Chill out, chill out, chill out. That one is very excited. Hey, Google. Set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
Okay, so you're supposed to record what's going on in each of the tubes. So this is test tube 2. It's very foamy. Test tube 1 and test tube 4 continue to be pretty foamy. Oh, well, we missed something with test tube number 3. It has kind of bubbled itself right over into the water. It's not bubbling fast anymore. It's just made a lot of bubbles. Okay, so you're supposed to record your observations in under here. So you need to write down test tube 1 was bubbling pretty heavily. Test tube 1 is in the middle. Test tube 2 is the one with the powder stuff, and it bubbled up once you stirred it, and now it's kind of going down. Test tube, so the one in the that had the watered down one was test tube 4. This is test tube 3, and it's in the hot water, and it bubbled, and the foam is still just now starting to die down. It says to stir, so we'll try that. All right, so, oh wow. So there's our, oh, it's foaming back up. Number 2 is. Number 1 is the normal one. It's doing okay. This is number 4. This is the one that is the watered down version. Let's see, it still has a piece, and can you see that? It still has a little piece in there working away. And this one, the piece is much less. So in number 1, the piece is much less. Number 4, it's still hot. This is number 3. The item is gone, the little piece is gone. And if we stir it, it's kind of done doing its magic, I think. There's our powdered one. Man, it still just bubbles right up there. It just, every time I do something, it gets real foamy. The one that's normal is continuing to foam a little bit and eat away. The one that is, there's our original, so it's almost done. Number 4 is still has a pretty big chunk in it. And then number 3, which is the hot one, the color is pretty, the thing is gone, the little piece is gone, and the foam is now collapsing. Okay, we're at 5 minutes. Here is number 1, and it is foaming. It's still got a tiny bit in there. This is number 2. That was the one that was crushed, and the foam is down, but it is all finished. Here is number 4. That's that piece that, still quite a large piece that is working away, but not done yet. And then number 3, in the hot water, the foam is gone and it is finished. So you need to write that down. Write your observations after 5 minutes. Go ahead and write that down. So we have 1 is the still foaming, but it's almost done. See that little bit? Number 2 is the powder, and it's completely done. No more work is being done there. Number 4 is the piece that is very large. So this is number 4. And number 3 is in the hot water. All done. Foaming is done. The next page, you're supposed to put your conclusions down. So you're supposed to describe what made the reaction go better. Was it the hot water? Was it the more surface area? Was it the stronger potion or the stronger solution? And that number 1 is our control. So number 1 is our control. Or did it matter? You know, if you had a weaker solution, that it didn't matter, it did it just the same. So you need to write that down there and write down what you conclude. Please send me pictures and we'll check it off. Thanks.